Good morning. Good morning. This is Charles Coachman. This is Coachman on Real Estate. Hope everyone's having a great start to their day. I had a couple of topics that I wanted to cover today. Actually going to read through a couple of articles, or at least hit their highlights, and let you know what I liked or agreed or disagreed with those. And just want to keep everyone up to date with what's going on in the real estate market in the Silicon Valley, San Jose, Santa Clara County, and all places in between. Let's take a quick look. I like to get my show started in the same way. We are doing 3 shows on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. We do our Bible study, which starts at 6 a.m. California time. Then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we do our real estate show, Coachman on Real Estate, 9 a.m. And then in the afternoon, we do Bay Area Let's Talk Music. And that is about music, all rock and roll, and whatever other types of music that you like. But we are doing 3 shows on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, and possibly a 4th show, repeating Coachman on Real Estate in the afternoons on certain days. But let's take a look and see whose birthday it is today. We got Raj Dillon, who is located in Indiana, in Fishers, Indiana. Roger is a digital manager, marketing specialist for Kia back in Fishers or Napleton. So Raj, happy birthday to you. And then the other is a friend of mine who is in the real estate business, and that is Trisha Motter Gordon. Trisha, I have known for many years, is a delightful young lady and a wonderful, wonderful realtor. So Trisha, happy birthday to you. And if it is your birthday out there, happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the best on your special day. So God bless. Have an awesome day, especially Raj and Trisha. All right. Let's take a quick look here. I'd also like to let you know the systems that we're using and the programs that we're using. And that is the Grow Live Academy. That's a Ken Walls program, Grow Live Academy. And that is one way to learn how to go live. And Ken Walls has put together an excellent platform to train you on just about every topic that you would want to discuss in doing a live stream. Second program is StreamYard.com, and that's a platform that we are using to go live right now. And it is a system that has made it easy to go live for people like myself and many, many others across the U.S. and across the world. And then Hippo Video. Hippo Video is one way that I'm staying in touch with clients now. And it is very, very simple. You just record a video, you send it via email, and your client does not have to upload. They don't have to download. They just press play and they go. Makes it very, very simple. So I'd like to recommend the Grow Live Academy, StreamYard.com, and Hippo Video to everyone out there. All right. Now, today I mentioned I had a couple of topics, and I just want to leave. Let's see. I want to make sure that I have this out there. I am using StreamYard. If you'd like to make a comment, please go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and allow them to use your likeness and your name so we can get that done. And then also, this again is Charles Coachman. If you'd like to talk to me, just go to 408-439-0766. That's either you can call or send me a text, and I would be glad to respond to you and glad to talk with you. I normally have a different message on my voicemail each day. Some days I forget and slip up. But if you want to leave a message, please do that. And then I just wanted to give you some of the sites that we have. I am a realtor with Keller Williams Realty, but you can reach me also at charlescoachman.com or mysiliconvalleyhomes.com. and you can reach us through those sites. You can reach us on Facebook. We have several different sites that you can reach us at, and then you can look us up on Google. But again, just reach out and we would be glad to give you a hand. And the last thing I'd like to tell you, and I want to make sure that we get this out there and take this down. Let's see. The buying and selling of real estate is a team business, and no team is complete without the coach. No team is complete without the coach. If you are looking for somebody that can sit and talk with you and discuss what you need to do to get your home ready to market, or if you're looking to buy a home and you need somebody out there that has been in the market for many years, go ahead and reach out to us. We would be glad to speak with you. We'd be glad to talk with you. There's no cost to that. Let's have an opportunity to talk and see if we can work together. I would certainly love that. All right, let's go on here. And I want to make sure that we have different areas. I want to make sure that I'm covering everything. We are not going to go to the MLS today. I'm going to leave that alone. But there were a couple of topics that I wanted to make sure that we covered. And one of them, and this is something that I just did to help one of my clients and friends, and that is when you are looking to sell a home, and we're going to tie this into one of these stories that we're going to talk about. When you are looking to sell your home, a lot of us in the Bay Area are looking to move elsewhere, whether we're moving within the state to a different area where it's a little cheaper to live than the Bay Area and the Silicon Valley, or out of state. One of the reasons that I have enjoyed my time with Keller Williams is the fact that they have over 100,000 realtors throughout the U.S. and North America. So it makes it easy if you are looking to move even within the state of California, or if you are looking to move within any of the 50 states and through 35 countries throughout the world, we can help you find that realtor. And that's one of the ways that we make income, is helping people to find a good realtor to work with in the place that they want to go to. And we make sure that we find good realtors. We take recommendations from other realtors that say, hey, this person did a great job for me. So one of the things that I did, I have clients that are moving from San Jose, moving into Waco, Texas, the home of Chip and Joanna Gaines, and all that they have going on down there. But my friends decided they wanted to move to Waco, and they said, let's take a look at these cities. And so I went online and I went out and found a couple of realtors who were determined to be a couple of the best for the market that they were looking for. So I sent my friends the two names, and I let them interview them, or I helped them to interview and set those up for them. They chose one. They are now the proud owners of a home in Waco, Texas, just this week. They just closed. And it makes a big difference if you've got clients that are moving to different areas, if you are able to help them locate realtors that can give them a hand, make it a positive experience, and you've done your job. So if you are looking to move out of the Bay Area, or even within the Bay Area, but different sections of the Bay Area, give us a call. We would be glad to help you find the proper realtor for yourself, a good realtor that will help you meet your goals. And we have done this across the country, and we like doing it. It is a perfect thing. It's a great way for us to make connections with some of our friends, some of our realtor buddies that we may not have talked with in a while, and we want to make sure that we can do it. But the main thing is helping your clients to find a good realtor where they don't have to go out and search themselves. Help them. And just like my friends right now are extremely happy with the lady that they ended up with in Waco, Texas, we can do that across the nation. And we want to be able to do that. So again, if you know somebody that's moving from the area, doesn't know who they're going to work within their next area, next state, or within the state, let me know. Have them reach out to me. We would be glad to do the legwork for them to help them find that realtor. And we'll make sure that it's people that are good, honest, and willing to do the work to make sure that they have happy clients in the end. So that was part one. If you are moving to a different area in the US or 35 countries throughout the world, let us know and we would be glad to give you a hand. Now the second part is I'm reading some articles in the Wall Street Journal, one written by Julia Carpenter, both of them written by Julia Carpenter. And she's looking at both sides. Buyers beware, bidding wars await, and sellers make the most of scarcity. And this is in the headlines on this sheet were called the wild and crazy housing market. Now, Julia is telling people, buyers beware, bidding wars await. That, hey, knowing that we are going into a market, and here we are in the middle of spring now, we have steamrolled right into spring, and this is the time where it's usually the busiest selling and the busiest time for buyers out there. Well, what's happened right now is that for the last year, our inventories have been extremely low. Extremely low. We are selling a lot of homes. There is no doubt about that. But the prices have kept going up. Interest rates have remained relatively low. And what I mean relatively low is they are low for this time. They have been lower, but right around 3%. Never seen it before. And this has been just a crazy time. Our interest rates are starting to creep up a little bit, but we don't expect them to go over 4% this year. We may expect that in the future, but this year we do not. So it has kept a lot of buyers interested and ready to purchase at this time, even with the price increases. And I'm also going to touch on a couple of the places or several of the cities throughout the U.S. that have seen big increases in their market this year. Bidding wars for buyers. Bidding wars for buyers. So let's take a look at this and what she's saying. What will the long-term needs be once the pandemic is over? Once the pandemic is over. Well, here's what we are seeing. The pandemic is coming to an end. We are getting vaccinations across the U.S. We are starting to open up more of the areas throughout the U.S., but we are still having people that are cautious about putting their homes on the market. And one of the big questions that they're going to address in the second article is, when I do sell, where am I going to go? So that is also holding a lot of people back. If you're looking to stay within the Bay Area, you're going to find that prices have been climbing all over the place. And we're not talking a couple percent. We're talking 10 to 15%. So that makes a big difference on what you can do. If you sell here in the Bay Area, are you going to be able to afford to buy elsewhere in the Bay Area? And that is one of the reasons that I talked about referrals, because most places in the state, and I should have mentioned this when I was talking about my friends that bought down in Waco, they are going to be able to sell in San Jose for approximately 3 times the value of the home that they have purchased in Waco, And the home that they are purchasing in Waco is nearly 3 times the size of their current home. 3 times the size, 1/3 the cost of what they're going to sell their home for in San Jose. So when you go out through different areas of the US, we are going to see that. We are going to see that prices in different parts of the US, they don't rise as quickly as they do on the coastal cities and the coastal states. So keep a good eye on that. Sellers are at the upper hand. Well, let's see. Let's go to buyers prepare for bidding war. Is it smarter in such a hot market for a buyer to purchase a fixer-upper or a move-in ready home? So one of the things that we have to address is how much are you willing to pay to get your home fixed up? Or if you have the skills to go in and rebuild and remodel yourself, there's a big difference. There is a big difference. If you can put sweat equity into a home, you want to do that. If you can buy the worst home in the best area, buy that home. If you are able to do a lot of the work yourself or even parts of the work yourself, you're going to save yourself a tremendous amount of money. In this article, Julia is saying, well, you know, the cost of things is going up, and the time that it's going to take to get this home to the place where you want it, it may take too long. It may be too costly. But if you have the skills to make some sweat equity to go in and work in your own home, do it. That theory has worked for as long as I have been in the housing market. If you can do some of the work on your own, do it. It is well worth the efforts. Has the pandemic changed how much you can afford? Well, if you're unemployed, it has. If you've been working straight through with the interest rates being low, you should be able to afford a good size home or a home that you could afford before. It should not have changed everything. The only thing that you really need to take a look at is how much the prices of home are increased. Are you able to keep up with that rising increase? Maybe you can no longer afford the neighborhood that you wanted to be in. So you need to take a look at that, and a good realtor will explain all of that to you. You want to have a chance to sit down and take a look and see exactly what's been going on. Now, one of the things that people have to consider, and this is something that we've talked about in the past, the mortgage rate. How much have you saved for a down payment? How much can you afford in monthly mortgage payments? Other expenses such as taxes and closing costs and local housing prices. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Make sure that you know what the housing prices are in the area that you want to move in. Now, realtors can take that down to the city, to the neighborhood, to the block. We can break that down for you and see exactly what has sold, what the condition of the home was, how much they were originally asking, how much the home sold for. We can help you figure all of that out. Can you afford to wait? Well, that's a question that you're going to have to ask yourself, because what we're seeing, housing prices are continuing to go up, but interest rates are also creeping up. So you want to make sure that you understand exactly what is going on. How have prices changed month over month? Are they continuing to grow at a 10% clip, or are they slowing down and starting to level off? Because if you wait too long, surely interest rates are going to grow. We are seeing interest rates grow. We are seeing costs of goods and services grow. So it only follows suit, and it will, because I don't believe that the government can keep it artificially low forever. But who knows? We're in a different world right now. But are you prepared for a bidding war? That's a different animal altogether. If you are looking at a home that other folks are interested in, be assured there will be a bidding war. And it depends how competitive you are and how much you are willing to spend to get your home. Now, want to switch over to the sellers. Sellers, make the most of the scarcity. It's easy to make money in this market, but there are still plenty of pitfalls. Here's what to watch out for. Which sellers hold an edge right now? Any seller that looks, and just, this is nothing different. If you live in an excellent neighborhood, if you are looking into a desirable neighborhood, the sellers have the advantage. If you are looking into a neighborhood with good schools, the sellers hold the advantage. The sellers right now hold the advantage in many ways. So they're saying that there are some sellers that don't have an advantage. Well, when you are looking at the condo and townhome market, although prices have increased, they are increasing at a slower rate, and they're more difficult to sell. So if you are looking for a condo or townhome, get out there, take a good look. There are some places that are still extremely hot, but they will rise at a slower rate than single family homes will. Now, one of the things that they are also mentioning is if you have just refinanced, your home, in this article, they are saying, the person that they're speaking to is saying, it's not the time to sell your home. Well, let me tell you, in the Bay Area, where we are growing at about a 10% clip right now, if you refinanced in September, October, November of last year, even January of this year, the money that you have made because the increased value will more than cover the cost of your financing. Usually it's going to take a year to 2 years for you to recoup all your costs. Right now, you're really at a break-even spot or making money on the deal. You wanted to save some money. You've accomplished that. Now you are not going to lose money on that refinance overall. It's a good time to do it. So I disagree. This may be the case for certain areas in the country, but in the Bay Area, in the Silicon Valley, if you just refinance, you should still be okay. Looking at interest rates and looking at how much our homes have increased in value over the last 6 months, over the last year. It's there. It's ready for the taking. If you want to sell your home and you just refinance and you're going, I don't want to waste that money, well, you are going to make money still, even if you have refinanced. So think about it. Make sure that figure it out. Put a pen to paper, put a pencil to paper, figure out the numbers. Your realtor can certainly give you a hand, and we want to make sure that we're doing that. So I was telling you that some of the homes in different areas throughout the country, what their increases have been over the last year, over the last 6 months, over month to month. But here's some of the fastest rising homes. And let me see exactly what it says. Change in typical home value in February 2021 from a year earlier. Canyon, Idaho. And there's going to be several in Idaho, if I'm not mistaken. Well, there's a couple here. But let's take a look at it, and it covers most of the U.S. and we're only taking a look at 10 counties. Canyon, Idaho, increased 27% year to year. Ada, Idaho, increased 27% year over year. Grays Harbor, Washington, 23%. Waupaca, Wisconsin, 21%. Whitfield, Georgia, 20%. Mason, Washington, 20%. Cumberland, New Jersey, 20%. Gallatin, Montana, 20%. Ulster, New York, 19%. And Nevada, California, 19%. So if you refinanced in the last year, your costs are covered. If you refinanced in the last 6 months, your costs are covered. See exactly what's happening in your market. And if you need a hand, give us a call at 408-439-0766 or send us a text at 408-439-0766. You can also reach me at Coachman, O-N-R-E @gmail. That's Coachman on Real Estate @gmail. Again, you can find us on Facebook at Charles Coachman Realtor. You can hit us up on Messenger. There are many different ways to find us. I have been here in San Jose for over 30 years. Actually, we've been in our current home, for over 30 years. So we have been here. I have actually been working in San Jose since 1979, but I've been a realtor for going on 15 years. So I would be glad to give you a hand. There's no cost to reach out and talk. Conversations are always free. I'd like to hear what you're looking for. I'd like to hear what kind of issues that are holding you back, and see if we might be able to give you a hand. Again, this is Charles Coachman. This is Coachman on Real Estate. Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to share this out, we would certainly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you again on Monday as we again talk about real estate in the Bay Area. This is Charles Coachman. This is Coachman on Real Estate. Have an awesome weekend. Look forward to talking with you soon and enjoying this day in real estate. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.